Hello, everyone, and welcome to Creativity Conversations, where we explore the spirit and practice of living a creative life. Today's conversation is about color and change, and I'm joined by the wonderful Heather, by
Everybody.
Brushbone and Indigo Ash, an artist whose recent cross-country move has brought new light, new space, and new energy to her creative world. Together, we're going to explore how color fosters creativity, how it anchors us through times of change, and how noticing the colors around and within us can become a powerful practice for navigating both art and life. So let's see where the color takes us.
Wow, I
And
should hire you to write my cover letter for my art boutique. Oh my goodness.
well, I am, and by the way, I am TarotStache. Thank you for being here, everyone. Please give the video a thumbs up, share it with people who you think would like it. I'm joined by Heather, by Brush, Bone, and Indigo Ash. All of our links are below.
Beth! Sorry, I haven't seen Beth in ages. Hey, Beth.
So, and as always, like, share, and subscribe because
It's
it's
free.
free. Do those important
And it's
things.
calorie free too.
It
There's
is
no
calorie
calories.
free, yes. And I think when people like and subscribe, they add color to their world.
Color me happy.
Color me happy.
Remember that back from the day? Color me happy.
This is for entertainment purposes only. Do not make decisions based upon what we say. Seek professional assistance. Really,
Really.
really. So, Heather, how
Gerald,
the heck are you?
huh? How am I?
How the heck are you?
I'm staying cool. We have, I think, our last 97, 98-degree day today, and then we're supposed to start cooling off over the
Mm-hmm.
weekend, so that'll be nice.
Very good. And so I had briefly mentioned you have moved across country.
I have.
And Heather has uh, Heather has created a new channel for this phase in her life. I
Mm-hmm.
want to encourage everyone to subscribe and show support to that channel. It is pinned at the top of my comments, and so do you want to share with people briefly
Sure.
why the channel name change, the channel change?
Wow. Because, well, I'm leaving, just to start off though, I am leaving Indigo Jaguar up. It's a celebration of my last 4 years that I've been on YouTube.
Yes.
And I want to be able to go back to that and celebrate. And I probably will from time to time. I might do something just so that, YouTube keeps it, going. And, in case, people who haven't seen me in a while, I can stop in and say hi. I have this new channel. Come on over and say hi.
Mm-hmm.
So, but for me, that's going to stay up as a celebration, of the last 4 years
I think
and all
that's
the
great.
people, that I've met and stuff. But everybody knew those last few years what life was like in Niagara Falls and what we were able to get away from, and we pretty much just left everything behind. We donated everything. We couldn't afford the
Yeah,
expense of shipping, so we donated everything and put what we could into the car. And I drove. Shan can't drive anymore, so I drove us. Some days it was grueling, 8, 9 hours,
of
a
course,
day.
of course.
And then the last day was like 12 hours because they had to take us in and around construction, which was a longer
Mm,
route. And yeah, but we're here, and it's still taking some time to get settled in, but getting used to
of
the
course.
wildfires. But where I'm at, it's in the mountains. It's beautiful. It's peaceful. Um, I have deer that come by and say hi in the mornings and the evenings, and they're protected here. So
That's
deer,
great.
crows, all these animals. So yeah, I'm starting to settle in,
Yeah.
doing new artwork. People are noticing the change. I'm loving it. So yeah, and
And
that's why the name of the change.
Yeah. And so Hypnicity said, what area did you move to? And you can be very vague or very specific or not answer it.
Well, I think it's Nalani, right?
Yes.
Lonnie, I'm in Southern Oregon. I'm in the town of Ashland. So
Cool.
I'm also neighbors with Amy. People may know Amy. She was formerly Mystic Rose
Oh, yes.
Tarot. She's now Esoteric Rose Tarot.
Hmm.
So I get to visit with her every now and
I
then.
love that.
And so it's nice that I know somebody here. And yeah.
That is
And
wonderful.
for the name, really quick, people are wondering why I chose those words. Well, first of all, using the word by, I am getting I'm trying to get back in touch with my younger self, and where I was first learning about magic and spirituality, and I was learning art. And so for me, one of my favorite authors was DJ Conway, and as we know, her books were by Oak, Ash, and Thorn. But so she used that, and when I thought of my channel, that brought back that sense of wonder, of excitement, looking forward to the future. So by brush refers to my art. The bones is images that were coming to me through my art, and in the clouds and in the sky and the earth on the way here,
Hmm.
working with my ancestors. And of course, indigo. I'm indigo. That's my
Yep.
color. And ash, as in rising from the ash, as well as ashland. So it took a while, but it all just nestled perfectly
I love that.
into to a channel, and that's who I am now.
Beth said, Heather, I looked at retiring to that town, but I wanted to be centrally located because kids everywhere. She's got kids that are, yes. So this is wonderful, everybody. Thank you for
Nice.
subscribing.
I want a cute doggy.
This is wonderful. We've got a lot of people who are in. Thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you.
I appreciate it. And as always, you are the best chatters,
Mm-hmm.
the work lurkers, the best lurkers, and the future lurkers. So thank you very much for being here. And one of the things that I'm looking forward to is because it's Gerald, I've got 3 pages of notes.
And Heather came prepared too, so to
And
speak.
Heather came prepared too. So
I got some
um,
questions for
And so
folks.
as we're talking about color, so as I pop something up, feel free in the chat to pop your message up there. So this first thing is
Mm-hmm.
let's talk about color as an emotional compass.
Yep.
It's like a core thing is Heather, you've been an artist for a while, and
Mm-hmm.
how do you emotionally respond to certain colors, and has that changed over time?
For me, um, color color can have, and I was just reading this today in one of the books. Color can make me feel one way one day, or a few years, or a lifetime, and then another time something totally different. So for me, colors, they all have meaning. They all
Yes.
resonate with me. Um, Color can take me back to the past in my youth, from my favorite crayons that I had color,
Hmm.
the Crayola crayon, crayons,
Yes. Oh yeah.
clothes that I had, or even certain music. You're talking about music video. Color and music has always played a very big part. And some people also paint what they hear when they listen to music, which is
Hmm.
synthesis. I can never pronounce that word properly, but that's what Kandinsky had, and he's one of my favorite artists. So for me, whenever I go to start a painting or a piece of artwork, I look at the colors and say, okay, what color am I feeling, or what colors? And then that
Uh-huh.
way I'm drawn to what I'm supposed to be working on, and try not to think too much about why I'm using the color, until so I can get it, so I don't get in too much into my head, and I do it from more of a spiritual, intuitive perspective,
Yes.
connection. And then I'll look back and go, okay, yeah, color, yellow is about, self empowerment. I get that. I feel that. So, but I wait till afterwards, or when I'm halfway through, so that I don't start talking too much in my head and letting that take over what, I'm organically. doing.
I love that. And synesthesia.
Yeah, synesthesia. Thank you.
Ooh,
And that's
great.
what Kandinsky, he could hear music and
Yes.
sounds and he could relate those to colors. So, and I
And
have a couple of his quotes here too
oh,
for
well,
today's show.
give
Oh,
us
if I
a
did, this is perfect time. Um,
Vasily Kandinsky quote.
yes, so there's a couple, I have two for him. And one of them is color is a power which directly influences the soul. So, yes. And the other one is color is the keyboard. The eyes are the harmonies. The soul is the piano with its many chords. The artist is the hand that, by touching this or that key, sets the soul vibrating automatically.
That's so good.
And he has a book called Concerning the Spiritual and Art, which I need to get for my collection, but yes.
I love that book, actually. I read
Hmm.
that in college. So
I did
Heather and
too
I
from the beginning.
probably
And
would have been trouble if we went to college together because
we're
we
the
would have
ones in the
been,
back of the room.
yeah, we would have been going out to the bars and dancing. So,
Yeah.
so for those of you who are watching, how do you emotionally respond to certain colors? And has that changed over time?
Hmm.
And Anya said that the smell of new crayons.
Hmm. And I used to
Absolutely.
love too using black all the time in my artwork, through lines and stuff. But then gradually, I found I had difficulty using it because I couldn't make. Because I started working more, exploring more with color, and so moving forward, I want to see how I can start incorporating, black and stuff into my paint. So when we're talking about color and how's that changed for me, that was one of the colors that's had the
That's
most. And the
black.
smell of crayons, yes.
Yeah, you got to love that. Maru said, I used to dislike yellow and orange, but
Hmm.
appreciate them more now. Hmm.
They each have a resonance with our chakras too, but I don't want to jump ahead.
Well, they do, but I think that's a really key thing. You know, we can absolutely link that because in your artwork, you do pay attention to the chakras and the color and the resonance. That's a key thing. Is that a fair assessment?
Yes and no. Like I said, I try not to get too much into, why I'm using certain colors. I just let them speak to me, but I'll stand back and I'll go, okay, I can see where this might be. Because one of the things that I've learned about color, and this is starting back in my 30s when I was living in Arizona, and they started learning about crystals and the chakras and Reiki healing, so that our body centers all radiate with that color, whether you call them a chakra or just a color center. And so when we start working or lurking, working with certain colors, like Marucha said she didn't like yellow and orange, and usually when we have a strong dislike for something, that's an energy that we need to maybe work on to look at. So
Yes.
yellow is about, or this basic is, empowerment, standing in our power, our
Yes.
energy center. It's our core. Whereas orange is more of a creativity. It's our womb area for women. And so it's all about the natural ability to create, the
Yes.
warmth that it gives, the compassion, the nurture. So they all have different. And so now
Yes.
then I'll look at a painting and go, okay, was this what was I feeling? Was this what needed to come out? Was this what I needed to express? And
Yes.
earlier on in school, that's what I did. I painted what I was, feeling. I went on my way to, but now I kind of step back and just say, okay, what do we need to work with colors today, instead of
Sure.
exerting my, or other people's influence on me to
Oh,
use
yeah.
what
Yeah.
am I,
Yeah.
feeling.
Beth shared that Jung said colors are the
Mm-hmm.
mother tongue of the subconscious.
Ooh, yeah, young is cool.
Yeah. Color is a power which directly
Saskia,
influences the soul.
Kelly Spada.
So,
Saskia.
and then Roman said that was going to be my next question. Are there any colors that Heather deviates from the norm? Do you
Mm-mm.
deviate from the norm?
No, I embraced pretty much all color, and I started working again with the black, for when I started doing my cards. And so for
Hmm.
me, that was a way of starting to incorporate, because I love because black does make colors pop. So, I did some paintings on, black gesso canvases and stuff, but colors that I tend to, no, I've been exploring all kinds, especially since last year when I started doing my little oracle intuitive cards that just started coming out of nowhere, and I just started working on them. So, and that's when I started playing with all colors. There's certain artists that I look at. Currently, Erin Hansen is one of them, and the way she uses color. So I'm inspired by, artists and how they use color. Monet,
Yeah.
Van Gogh,
Of
Erin,
course. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Kandinsky.
Yeah. And Beth also followed up with absolutely, Heather. I dislike robin's egg blue because that was the color of the house I grew up in.
Hmm.
Pretty direct
Yes,
psychological
perfect
correlation
example.
there.
Hmm.
Yes. And Play Love Remember said, I've been feeling inspired to buy light blue clothes.
And light blue. Oh, sorry.
No, I think this is really interesting,
Hmm.
Heather, is there's which comes first? The connection to the emotions and the chakras, or the connection to the color? And as you said, you draw something and you create something, and then you step back and you look at it and you go, well, what was I feeling? And so
Hmm.
that can give us a different layers of connection, which is, you know as color as an emotional compass, looking at the clothes that we wore, the colors
Hmm.
really can tell us a lot. So
Yes.
and
And another thing, if I could add too, is people
yeah.
are surprised talking about the psychological aspect. Most people, to new people, I'm very open about this, but I do have several mental health diagnoses that I didn't become aware of until my 40s. And so for me, the psychology of color, people would look at my artwork over the years and go, wait a minute, you've got depression, you've got this, because I couldn't see that in the artwork. So for each of us, our emotional compass will work differently. People were thinking,
Mhm.
well, I thought you'd be using, I have used dark colors in the past, but I've used mostly, brighter colors. I like to try to find a balance. But that's another thing too, psychology. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, because people are just like, you're
Yes.
different. And so yeah, and that's one of the things that helped me get through all that was the art
Hmm.
and, the music and the creativity.
I think that's beautiful. Timmy had said, color is my prime motivation when creating my art. I love yellow.
Mm, nice.
And so here's a follow-up question for
Oh, that's
everybody
great color
who's
too.
watching.
Hmm.
So feel free to answer this. What do you reach for when you need comfort, courage, or clarity? What color do you reach for?
I don't know if I necessarily reach for a color. I just go for my art and let the colors speak to me.
That's
You know.
beautiful. And I like how you said that, Heather, because it goes back to that idea of color is an emotional compass.
Hmm.
Everyone's compass is different, and that's good. That's good. I think for me, when I need comfort or clarity, it's not necessarily the color,
Hmm.
it's the colors and how they work together,
There you go. The palette. Hmm.
the palette. So I'm not necessarily, if I'm wanting some courage or clarity, I'm going to put colors next to each other that are going to be vibrating and going to have a lot of energy play between them.
And I think this would be a perfect time. I can insert a little quote here from
Yes.
Georgia, because you have the word courage up there. And she said, to create one's world in any of the arts takes courage. And she also said, I found I could say things with color and shapes that I couldn't say any other way, things I had no words for.
Amen. Good call. And that would be Georgia O'Keeffe.
Georgia O'Keeffe, the
So,
OG.
yes, I love it.
One of the OGs.
The OG. Um, so you recently had a huge transition.
Yes.
So let's talk about the color, the role of color in times of transition. Here's a clear question. Has your palette changed since you've moved?
Yes.
How so? Tell me more.
Well, I am looking at, like I said in the beginning, I'm looking at an artist named Erin Hansen. She created her own style of painting called Open Impressionism.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually shared her work with my college mentor. She says, "Oh, she's a bit garish for me, although she loves the way I use my colors." But Erin has a profound way of using color that inspires me, that speaks to me, that gets me inspired, gets me excited. And there's another couple of galleries that I've been to here in Ashland where I've gone out on my way to at least I found one of the girls to be able to speak to her on the weekend to let her know, like, Aaron's, your work, your color just really
Mm-hmm.
speaks to me. I'm inspired. And so I have been doing that. I've got her book. I've been researching, looking at other images. We have a beautiful park here in town called Lithia, and it is just full of Fey energy. It has these amazing bridges. One that I want to start working on. Monet has had his bridge. I have my
Yes.
bridge now that I
Yep.
want to work on and do a series. So, nature, the energy of place, has really changed or has inspired me to start really exploring and playing with color on a bigger scale, which I couldn't do before I left because of us knowing as we were moving. And
Yeah.
so, with Aaron, I don't know if people can see it, but this was one of the first ones I've done since I've been here.
Oh yes. Oh, I'm so glad you were showing that. I'm going to put you on. I'm going to
So,
put you in solo layout if I can. Why can I not do
and I
that?
can't see, so let me know, but I just show
Um,
so much of it.
there you go. You're yeah. There you go. I'm going to remove that. So
So, yeah,
I love that.
yeah, much more, loose, much more not being afraid of laying marks down, laying colors down. And that's one of the things that about Erin Hansen's technique is that she doesn't mix on the canvas. I like to still mix on the canvas. But she likes
Hmm.
to lay a color down next to each other or lets the underpainting show through, and she doesn't go back. She mixes every color before she even starts and just boom, 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 boom.
That's
You know.
interesting. Okay.
hmm
Yeah.
For me, I take a little bit of that, but yet I make it my own. So,
Yes.
but yeah,
There
I
is a
have a
lot
lot
of
of pieces. Yeah.
there is a lot of love for that. What you just shared.
Thank
So
you,
Anya,
everybody.
Hypnicity,
Yeah, I see.
Sashka.
Oh my God. Oh,
Yep.
and hey, Irene, that's Iron Fire Horse. Everybody, that's Irene.
So
So Debbie, hello, sweetheart.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
hmm I'm
That is
still struggling a
amazing.
little bit, but it's a
Well,
little
and
better here.
here's the thing. I think Beth, that's amazing. Really, it is beautiful and authentic. It comes from inside, not trying to do something, if that
hmm
makes sense. It is because it is. So, and oh, and this just in from Purple Elephant Deb H. Heather, you seem really happy and at
hmm
peace, and I think your color choices bear that out.
Well, my recent one that I'm doing, people think I'm exercising some demons, and I don't know, maybe I am, but it almost looks like a couple of the forms is creating almost like a skeletal face, in the
Yeah,
piece. So,
yeah,
but yes, and I am. There's things I have to let go of here. I have to heal things I'm going through right now in my personal life. So yeah, it does find its way through our art if we
I
allow it, and we're not afraid to allow it to.
yes,
That's the whole thing.
yes, and I think what you just said there, Heather, is really important. You're having a lot of courage in recognizing and honoring what you're seeing and not dismissing it. You're
hmm
leaning into it. And at the same time, you're creating beautiful pieces of art.
Thank you.
So,
And I have a
look,
commission coming up in a couple of months, or
I
maybe
love
less.
that.
So,
Yes, I love that. And by the way, did y'all just see how I made Heather uncomfortable by giving her praise like that? I'm going to do it again.
I wasn't uncomfortable. I'm just very touched by it. It feels
Well,
good to be appreciated. Because
and
because the community here is kind of clicky. The art is very kind of closed. So
can be, yes.
it's just to hear that that people appreciate the art that I do.
And
is
thank you for that. And
it's very touching.
I am in your new channel, by the
Hmm.
way, because Maru did
Thank
post
you,
that.
Maruta.
And so I hope, can you do posts on your in your YouTube?
I think they said I have to wait till I have 100 subscribers to have a community tab. I think.
Oh no, you have one right now.
Oh, I do have one. Okay.
Yeah, and you posted about this.
Oh,
I
I thought
would
that was going to be on. Okay, so I thought that was through the. Okay,
no.
so
What
all
I'm
right.
basically saying, Heather, I think people who are watching want to see your artwork.
Mm, I'm going to be doing more. Yep. And
I
actually,
love
I'm just
that.
going to do a little plug. August 1st. I can't remember the exact time. I think it's going to be 12 p.m. Pacific, and it'll be Jonathan's at 9 a.m. Jonathan Daly and I are getting back to do another live
Oh,
painting together.
good. I was hoping you were going to say that.
Yes. So just in time for Luna Sad, Lammas, August 1st. Him and
Yeah.
I are going to do a live together, and we're going to be painting live
I
together.
w- I think those are great shows. I was chatting with Jonathan, and I was like, "Are you and Heather going to do that? That's a really fun show." So it
Yeah.
makes me happy that you're going to do that. And by the way, everyone, if you have not already, please subscribe
Oh,
to Heather's channel by Brush, Bone, and Indigo Ash. Link is below. Um, Heather, I have another question for you.
hmm.
Has the light in your new space changed your
Oh,
relationship to color?
my God, yes. So here where we are, it's a it's a much bigger apartment than we had at the other place. We're paying less for it. I have a we have, It's a 2 bedroom, so Shan says, "There you go. You have your studio. I have this huge window. Light changes during the day, so I'm kind of turning around and working here and there. But I like working, a lot outside as well. But for the bigger pieces, I work in here. The light's phenomenal. There's
I
more
love
room for
that.
me to be able to breathe and to move around, and I
Yep.
don't have the god awful distractions and sounds and things and I had to deal with over at the other
Yeah.
place. So although I did create beautiful work at the other place, on a
Hmm.
smaller scale, but now that I've left that energy and I'm here now, it's yeah.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. So, so I love the mineral waters, rich colors. As a viewer, I much prefer the lighting and colors and vibe of the new place. LOL. So,
And I can just interject really quick, and they do ship. I came across the most fabulous company in Ashland yesterday that sells paint supplies. It's on. If you follow me on Facebook, I went ahead and put the website and everything. I bought a tube of paint from them. They're called Natural Earth Paint. It's a woman
ooh,
owned company. Everything is all, so let me just read. It's all completely safe, sustainable, and high quality. It's vegan. It's women owned. It's all they help. Whatever they ship, they help send money to plant another
I
tree.
love that.
All of their materials are all pigment and safe based, and it's acrylic. And you can, if you want like oils, they can ship you the individual pigment along with the walnut oil has no smell. Their solvent is safe, non toxic. I mean, this is all earth friendly. They have a website,
Love it.
Natural Earth Paint. I highly, highly recommend. I met them and I walked in and Ian was like, "We want one of your paintings in here." So as soon as I get on my feet, I bought one tube. I'm going to start making some artwork using some, with their paints, and I'm going to
Hmm.
donate a painting to their store. So another wonderful, um, yeah, connection here with Ashland and the area
I
there.
love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. So, all right. So, believe it or not, we're at a half an hour, and I want to remind everybody to please do that thing. Oh, look at that. There you go.
Now they do cost more. This was $13 or 14, but again, a little bit goes a long way. It's a heavy body, and it's all again, it's vegan. No animals were hurt. There's nothing toxic in it. It's
Sure.
all with ecology and eco and environmentalism in mind for this. So, okay, I'm done now with that. But I just
No,
had to
that's
promote
that's great.
Marika. I mean, she was amazing. Her and Ian yesterday.
Yeah, Maruta
Thank you,
put that into
Marika.
the chat. Thank you. Beth asked, "Is it based in Ashland?"
Yes, it is.
There you go. Even better.
Mm-hmm.
Even better. So let's talk about color as a creative catalyst. This could be where you show some of your cards, your oracle cards, if you want, and if you have any great quotes. Um,
Um,
and Irene has said, and this is true, cheap art supplies are rarely worth it. Yeah,
and
because you need more of it.
that's what I have to use. But with them there, I'm looking forward to seeing how and I'm going to also do a video where I'll do like a review,
Hmm.
of the paints. So, but yeah, as most people know, last year, to get through that last year at that place, I just was watching TV, started painting with craft paint on, some little
Uh-huh.
gratitude cards or whatever. And I just started noticing, I'm like, oh, I'm seeing faces and things. And I'm showing people, they're like, oh, that's cool. So I just kept doing it. And I've got like I was originally going to do hand painted decks, but then I found out that that's extremely time consuming and what I would have to charge. I probably wouldn't, I
Yes,
would not be making back the time and the
it's a
materials. So,
very select group
um,
of people who would be able to afford that.
yes.
So,
And let me just get up really quick. Our couch just arrived, and
okay.
I will be.
I will. Yeah. So Heather's got some stuff being delivered. So I think what's really wonderful is that you all are watching. I am curious as how do you notice color as a creative catalyst? Does it actually help you move through things? Does it,
Mhm.
and creative catalyst sometimes, and I'm going through this now with one of my fabric paintings, Heather.
Mhm.
I am sometimes the color doesn't work for what I want, and I
Mhm.
get upset, and I get my seam ripper out, and I fucking rip it off,
And
and
start
it's
over.
like, so
Mhm.
yeah. Okay,
Um.
so you were talking about the beautiful pieces and how you were moving through, and sometimes you see color faces and such.
Mhm. And
So,
sometimes not, but yeah. So I'm going to just kind of go through some of the tarot size cards. You can find these on Amazon. They have a black, and then the white has the smooth. So
mhm.
I'm just of all the ones I made, I just went ahead and grabbed a few. So there's
Ooh, look at
that.
that.
And I have to go slow because Allison always yells at me and says, "You go too fast.
I
A
will
little
slow you
longer."
down. That's
And
great.
here I can see, the fairy was there. And then at times people see other things, as well.
Mhm.
And I'll
And
go
what
through.
kind of paint is that, Heather? Is that acrylic?
I was using craft acrylic paint,
Okay.
from the craft stores. I
Uh-huh.
had a few of my acrylic wash by Holbein that I would use as well. But most of it was the craft. And you'll be able to see the difference between the acrylic Holbein, more professional than the craft. But you can still do amazing
Ooh.
things with the craft paint. Oh, love you too, girl. Mwah.
Yes.
She's awesome.
Heather.
Um,
Yeah. Oh, here, let me do it this way. Heather, beautiful.
so now with the circles, you can tell, this here I use mostly the craft paint, and I love this.
Mhm.
But then when you hold it up to something that's more professional, you can see the difference. It's more opaque. The colors are more vibrant.
Wait a minute. Don't put words in my mouth. Hold those both up because I don't see a difference between that one
Oh,
and
I can.
yours.
The type of
Okay.
yeah, with the paint, because this one here, at least in person, the colors are more highly pigmented. They're more opaque. Hi, Viviani. And yeah, they're more pigmented. They're more opaque.
Okay.
Whereas this here, it's a, they're not
Sure.
as strong. You can tell
Okay.
the
I
difference.
understand. I understand.
Um,
Yeah.
Another one of my small
Yeah.
ones.
The vibrancy. Ooh, that's a fun color.
That
Look
one.
at
Let me
that.
get that. And at some point, when I can afford it, I will be able to do a print of my own on demand. For a while there, I was doing some color chakras too. So this one here was when I was working with, the third eye and uppers. Um, this one here, the blue one, the same with the throat and some of the third eye. So I did a series where I had, those. And then on the way, I had to pull this one out a couple of days
Please.
because you
Ooh.
could see the horse that
Yes.
came right out. I mean, that automatically was there. I was just coloring, putting things down, and then I took a step back and go, well, look at that. So, you know, I've had persons say they saw a female figure laying down.
Mm-hmm.
And here, now looking at this way, it looks like glasses with a nose, with a mustache and a
Nice.
beard. Kind of like almost, what was that guy from KFC, the Colonel? That way.
Oh,
And
yes. Colonel
and then
Sanders.
here, yeah. And then here I didn't see it until after I was done. There's the face right there.
Mm-hmm.
So, look at a little animal face down there. So, when you have these, you can turn them and look at them at different angles and see different
Yes.
things.
What I think, oh, thank you for sharing those. I hadn't seen those people. These are the first times that I'm seeing it. I can guarantee these
Oh,
will
wow.
not be the last time I will be seeing these, right?
Like I said, yeah, it takes about, they said $5 for me to fit maybe, depending the size. Well, the big ones, it'll only be maybe one at a time, but the smaller ones, if I want them scanned and sent to me through UPS, at the UPS, it's $5. So I
Yeah.
got quite a few. So a little at a time, and I have to make sure that
It's a
um,
pacing yourself, yes.
where do you
Um,
get your rounds?
yes.
So these black ones here, Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And these larger ones here were actually watercolor paper from the art supply store. I don't think I have the company name anymore, but if you go to a professional art supply store, you go to their watercolor section, you will find those. And what was cool about these guys is that they were on a block, so they didn't warp or anything while you were working on them. When they were done, they were dry. Then you get your palette knife or a little small, and you just
Mm-hmm.
go into that little insert and just pop them out. So, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to read comments,
Okay.
so get ready. So my paintings are similar to yours. You see whatever catches your eye.
Ooh, I want to see them.
Selena says, I'm
Mm-hmm.
always seeing different images,
Yes,
Heather.
Selena's been a big supporter of my artwork,
Love
and
that.
she does her own too that she
Hmm.
shared on her channel,
Yes.
which are amazing. So yes,
Yes. And Pamela said, those are really beautiful, Heather.
thank you,
And Selena
Pamela.
is, I'm teasing Selena now. She's bragging. I've seen them all. I love them all. I love those cards. Very interesting.
Oh, thank you, Play Love.
And and Selena says, I'm in line to get a deck. So, but there we go.
I was going to, break these up and send them to people. Then I realized that I got so connected to them that energetically I just can't let the originals go. And
Yeah.
so everyone's been okay with, eventually getting a printed copy of them. So that's
Yeah.
appreciated.
So, do you have other stuff that you want to show us, other of your creations or amazing quotes?
I have a quote. Now, this is a book that came out. No, this is interesting. So I got this book in 1994 when I was 24 years old.
Hmm.
My teacher recommended, my mentor, and this is an excellent book if you're, an
Yes, it
artist.
is.
Robert Onray is an amazing artist too. You don't see enough of him
He's
in the
beautiful.
museums and
Yes.
things. And these are a collection of his lectures that he gave when he was a teacher. And one of his quotes actually here is, all manifestations of art are but landmarks in the progress of human spirit toward a thing, but as yet sensed and far from being possessed. So this is like 18th, early, 19th, 20th century, language, but just an incredible book. And that was when I was 24. And then I was talking to my art mentor this morning, Connie, and she was sharing books with me. And I told her about this one here, Art Heals, by Sean McNiff. He was
Mm-hmm.
one of the founding people of art therapy.
Yes.
And incredible insight, incredible writing, one that I'm going to share. But this book came out in 2004. So 24 years old. This had impact on me at 34 years old. And now, last year connecting with the other artists, and this year I'm 54, I'm going to be 55, but 4. So I just noticed this morning 24, 34, 54. And I know there was something at 44 as well I need to research. But the fours are playing, and of course, 4 is half of my life path number, so it makes sense. So the quote that I wanted to share, and this goes back to when we were talking about how certain colors make us uncomfortable or images. And
Yes.
this is, I highlighted when I first got this book. And it says here, disturbing images demand our attention and give us the opportunity to break through our controls and repressions. A therapy limited to the positive effects of bright colors denies the soul's often twisted, offensive, and inverted expressions. Creation thrives on the interplay between angels and demons, on the polymorphous perversity that Sigmund Freud revealed as one of the psyche's most natural and rudimentary qualities. Exclusive identification with light and goodness keeps us in an artificial realm of spirituality and denies access to the core homeopathic medicines of irritants. In art, we need the nasty spirits as well as the nice ones. Mic
Yes.
drop for Mr. Sean McNiff. So I really love this book. I don't know if he's still alive, but this is an amazing book. It's not leaving my hands. Mm-mm. Nope, nope, nope.
And so, okay, so that book is called Art Heals.
Mm-hmm.
That last one.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. You talked about art therapy. There
Mm-hmm.
was a about 4 months when I was in art college. I considered going into art therapy.
Yep.
So, and
I
it's
wanted to also, but then the closest place was like 2 hours for me.
yeah,
Only one school taught it because Buff State had gotten rid of the art
yeah,
therapy minor, and then my loan had been forgiven by that point, so I couldn't get financial assistance. But it's something that hangs around in my head
yeah. So, Beth wants a printed copy
of,
of your deck,
oh, I will
of
let
your
everybody
stuff.
know when I can,
Yeah. Okay.
when I'm
And
able to do it.
and by the way, everyone, this just in. When Heather publishes her deck, Gerald will be purchasing a copy of it and haranguing Heather until she comes on to do a deck casual about it and to talk about it. I mean, if she'll join me. Irene said I would keep the originals too.
Hi,
And
Linda. Hi, Keely. Yeah.
so Maru asked, are you doing words or only
Maru,
pictures?
you were just reading my mind because I was going to bring that up. I do not really want to put any words on these to deter people from. I might put a favorite quote, or I might put, I don't know, but I don't want me writing something to deter someone from seeing what they're seeing or what
Yes.
they're feeling.
Yeah.
So, this is going to be completely intuitive. You take, from it what you see, and yeah, and it can be used with other divination tools as well. You
I
can
love that.
pull. I
I
have
love
these great tiles that my girl Jackie Crystal Moon helped me get, and
that.
I pull tiles to go with my tarot cards. I'll probably pull tiles once I start working with these. You can use pendulum. You can use whatever to get maybe an additional message, because sometimes you'll see multiple images and you may not sure which one you might need to focus on, and that's why it's, you can
Right.
always pair it with something else. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So, and Pamela said, I missed the beginning, so I don't know the plan for this art. Are you planning an art color deck?
For
Short
those,
answer
yes.
is yes. Linda de Gonzalez is here. Audra has joined us.
Linda,
And
Wanda.
Timmy used the word dreamy to describe it. And Mama
Thank you.
Sushi is sleepy
Mm.
lurking.
Hello, Mienda.
And Kaylee said, currently doing a
Very
course
cool,
on
Kaylee.
creative uh,
Enjoy.
therapies. So, all right. So, okay. Yeah. She's making a deck? Yes.
Eventually. I mean, it's pretty
Yes.
much already made already, but like I said, just gotta wait because I don't want this to be half-assed. I don't want to worry about,
Yeah.
the quality of the paper, the color, and so that's going to take good money. Because like I said, I don't want my work to look like shit.
I don't
I don't
think
want the
that'll
print to
ever
look like
happen.
that. It's
Yeah. So, here's a deep philosophical question relating to language and the psychology of color.
Mhm.
Do you think your color sense is intuitive or learned or both?
Both. Because for me, now there's a lot of people who never went to college or art school that they learn on their own, and that's amazing. You can do that. Um, but for me, going to school and having to follow, the basics and learn the basic structures on how to mix color. And another good book that I'm going to pull right off my shelf here, if anybody's interested in learning painting but can't afford school, is a book called Tonal Values by Angela Gare. This is still my
Hmm.
original from when I was in my 20s, and this
Nice.
teaches about how to use color and tone. So for that book to be able to help me be able to look at other artists and my work over the years along with my teacher and the basics, so that because it's basically when you learn the basics and you get that understanding, that fundamentals, then you can go and break the rules and do your own thing
Yes.
because it's subliminally or in there now where
I love that.
so it
That's
all
well
becomes a
said.
part of your psyche you know
I am a big supporter of learning the rules so then you can break them.
yep.
So, here's a follow up question to that. What do you wish more people understood about color's role in art and life?
What do
And
I wish?
by the way, I want everybody take a minute who is watching this because it's great to see so many people here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for
Thank you.
subscribing to Heather's channel by Brush, Bone, and Indigo Ash. I'd like to hear from other people what they think about that. What do you
It is that
wish?
it's an excellent
Yeah,
question, and that there are no rules. One of the artists or group of artists that I came to discover in my 20s were the Phobes. They were known as the Wild Beasts, and they broke away from traditional academia, and they did not want to paint a tree brown trunk and green leaves. Some of them felt, oh, I want to paint the sky red, I want to paint the water green, I want to paint the trees purple. And so what I want people to understand is there are no rules. It's all about your self expression, and and life is colorful. Sometimes one of the things too that George O'Keefe talked about is that people were like, why did you do these big huge flower paintings and things,
yeah,
and because she knows that you walk by a a gallery, or you see a pretty picture of a painted bouquet of flowers, but people weren't really looking at what went into that flower. What were the
yes.
insides? What was the texture like? What were the small working? And she wants, so for me, that philosophy of taking time to be able to look at nature, things in life, and look at them through the eyes of color, of
Yes.
sensation, emotion, design, whatever it is, even if it's not traditional or acceptable or photorealist or whatever. It's however you process that and you express and you experience life, because everything has a life force to it. And if we pick up on that, that's part of art, is the creativity, you
Yes.
know. So for me, it's more about painting and expressing how I'm feeling at the time, either through emotions or something I see in nature. Even if I'm abstracting it, like that other painting, it's allowing you to trust what you see and what you feel and know that that's enough.
I love that. That is well said. That is beautifully said. And you were talking about the Fauvist, and
Mhm.
Kandinsky, I think, was part of that movement. No, can
He was part of the De Blue Rider in
Oh
Germany,
yes,
and
yes.
he wanted, because he started out as, you know, traditional, but then he started noticing that he was still wasn't able to connect with the essence. He wanted to keep breaking down an image and breaking it down and breaking it down until to its fundamental shape or sensation, or at least with color,
Hmm.
sound, and music. So it
Yeah,
started from something that was, you know, representative, but then just kept pushing it how much further. And
yeah,
his work, you can tell the body of work. He
yeah.
grew as an artist.
So to answer this question, some people have popped into chat. Maru says, "How much color influences behavior?"
Yes, that is why, you know, a lot of prisons and will use softer colors for
Yes,
cells. Hospitals will supposed to be using soothing colors for healing. Restaurants will sometimes use a lot of
yes,
red because
yes.
red kicks up an appetite. So,
Correct, correct.
like, yeah,
Yeah. Pamela says, "I do wish I knew more about the role of color in my life." Pamela, this is your invitation to start
yeah.
noticing it.
Journal. Look at
Hmm.
colors, see how you feel, how they make you feel. Don't read up on them first, but just look at the color and write down how each
Yes.
one makes you feel
The
and start
psychological
exploring that.
triggers of color, and
Mhm.
that is a thing. The triggers, we're talking about your responses to it, where you feel safe, where you feel calm, where you feel excited.
Yeah.
So oh, and hypnicity reminds us that earth without art is eh.
Is eh.
Mama Sushi said color is as an important as math in building the universe.
See, I was never
Mhm.
good with math. Thank goodness I connected with the color.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true. And Marie said, the beauty of nature inspires your soul. Art is trying to communicate your inspiration. So, yeah,
I
here
love
you
what
go.
people share. I love reading theirs as well.
Yes. I wish my landlord understood. I need Benjamin Moore historic colors in this house to make it a home. This beige, gray, and white is a downer.
Yeah, girl,
Yeah.
I can't paint my walls or anything here either because it's not my home. So, but you know, if I could, my living room is going to be the same warm, cozy color that Richie has. I love that orangey, burnt pumpkins.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I love that warmth that he uses. So for me, that's going to be
Hmm.
one of my go-to colors
Yeah.
per
Softer
room.
colors and kittens seem to really impact prison life. Yes. Yes. Okay. Heather, are you ready for the final two questions?
Do I need to phone a friend? No, just kidding.
I mean, you could
Um,
if you want. If you could paint your current creative life as a single color field, what color would it be?
Not just one color, right? Through tones and tints, not any other colors.
If you could paint your
As
current
a single
creative
color
life
field.
as a single color field, what color would it be? She did not want to know this ahead of time, people.
Wow. To single that down to one color. I mean, for me, people would think, oh, she's going to say indigo. But that's separate from me right now. It would have to be exploring more earth colors. I know that's not a single color. Um, there is a beautiful color that I found through Holbein's acrylic wash, and it's called ash green. I like to
Mm,
play around with the ash green. I
okay.
may have to add some white. I might have to add a little bit of a analogous color just to kind of explore it more. But I know the word ash. I wasn't even thinking about it. But it's a. This is the color. It's right here in front of me.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's like a sage green, you know. But for me, yeah, I've been really liking earthy colors too.
I love that. And Nalani said sky blue.
Nice.
Irene said Mayflower Red by Benjamin Moore is so relaxing, and it makes even the most rambunctious
Rambunctious.
children lie down and relax. In my experience, great for a bedroom. So it's like, oh, and Timmy said, School for Art gives you all the shortcuts, so you don't have to reinvent wheels.
Interesting.
Plus, the parties were good in art college.
Oh boy, I did that one first college party, and man, I learned my lesson. I
you
had
know,
my initiation. No, we all have to go
there
through
you
that.
go. There you go.
Turquoise, yes, I like
Turquoise,
There's
yes.
different shades of turquoise, Maruta. Blue
Yeah.
and green and cobalt. So yeah.
Beth is heading
Hi,
out,
Beth.
but she's
Good to see
now
you, my
she's
dear.
subscribed to your new channel. So
Oh, okay. I thought you knew.
here's a follow-up question to that. You know, how would it change if you added movement, shadow, or texture to that color?
Well, yeah, shadow would be the for me, movement's always there. Shadow, the tonal values, that's always there, because you need the tonal values and understanding of tonal and your tinting shades to be able to give you that sense of form or space in your work. Texture, I did a lot of texture in my 40s.
Hmm.
That's kind of dried up for now, but I do like some of the textures I just laying down the paint thick with a palette knife creates. But back in my 40s, I was all about adding whatever I could. I would pour melted candle wax into my paint. I would pour sand. I would pour glass beads. I was just all about exploring the textures in my work. But now, I think for now, I'm kind of past that. I may go back to it. Um, but yeah, um, definitely.
I think one of the interesting things about this is by adding movement, shadow, or texture,
Hmm.
it allows that color field to have various stories to be told.
Hmm.
It does something that you were sharing with us earlier, Heather,
Hmm.
which is you're showing stuff, and then the people who are viewing it start to recognize images within that.
Hmm.
You weren't intending to put those images in it,
No,
but
they appear.
we,
Hmm.
yeah, as humans, we have to, when we see something, we have to make it make sense.
Yeah.
I think that movement, that shadow and texture give us that opportunity to understand the depth of that color
Yes.
and what that looks like.
Hmm.
So, um,
Nice.
yeah. And oh my goodness. Heather, what do you have coming up on your channel, which is called By Brush, Bone, and Indigo Ash?
I was kind of tempted. I might do a pop up tonight. I'm not sure. We're at the half and half of the moon right now, and it's half dark and half light. And I have two wonderful decks that were gifted to me by Ramon Moon Scarab. That's the secret language of light and the secret language of darkness. So I might do a pop up tonight, or I may check with Allison, who I will be
Hmm.
doing my show. I've been doing our Friday show for over a year now, almost 2 years,
Yes.
on my channel. So her and I will be back to tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. It'll be 5 p.m. Pacific, Pacific time. That's the only thing about moving. It
Yeah.
throws everything up because most of my fellow readers are all on the East Coast now. But it'll be 5 p.m. PT, and it'll still be 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
And not sure what we're going to be talking about. Maybe we'll be doing readings. Haven't quite contacted with her yet. And then Monday, I will be back with Nancy with our Sacred Feminine Within.
Mm-hmm.
We'll discuss the Sacred Feminine. And let's see, I will be doing next, is it Wednesday at 11 p.m. Pacific time and 7 GMT time. I'm not sure what that would be ET, but Jackie's Crystal Moon and I will be back to continue exploring the courts. It's a series I started last year with her
Uh-huh.
called Holding Court, where we explore each week or whenever we can get together each of the court cards. And so the first show was the Page of Pentacles, and then next week will be the Knight of Pentacles. So
I love
that's
that.
what I have up right now that I can currently remember.
That's
I would
great.
do more, but I have to go down to the free StreamYard, and they give you only so much.
It's okay. It just makes sure that people have subscribed, they've
Yes.
rung the bell so that they get
Ding
notified
ding.
when you go live.
Yes.
So, and I have really good shows scheduled next week. I'm looking forward to those. I'm going to taunt you and say subscribe. That way you won't miss them. Heather, thank you so very much for being here.
Thank you for
Everybody,
having
thank
me,
you.
Gerald.
Yes,
Thank you,
and I want to
everybody, for
say
joining us.
yes. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Creativity Conversations. And I hope this exploration of color and change sparks something in you, whether a memory, a mood, or a moment of inspiration. If you've enjoyed this conversation, I invite you to reflect on the colors in your own creative life. What hues are calling to you? What colors are you becoming? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments or tag me on social media using hashtag creativity conversations. Woohoo!
Nice. Love it.
So, thank you, everyone.
Yes,
Take
thank you,
care.
everybody. Yep.
Bye.
Bye.